Hello, this is Dave, and I'm here with the Wolf, and welcome to Equity Story. And this is just a general share advice and not personal advice. Wolfie,
Dave, the next slide should be a crystal ball. Where is it?
Wolfie, we foretold the future 2 weeks ago. Again, the ASX is holding support at 7,350, and possibly a slight dip before a Christmas rally. Well,
I'm
Wolfie.
scared, Dave. Please don't tell me my future.
Oh, Wolfie, here we go. And
What's next? What's next?
Oh, I'll give you another prediction in a second. So we've had this slight dip, so hopefully we're going to rally now, Wolfie.
I need to sit down. I need to sit down. Okay, I'm sitting.
I think you're going to lose all your hair.
I think that's a very obvious thing. Don't have much. Look.
I'm sorry to I'm sorry. It has been foretold by the Hound.
Thank you, Sia. Thank you. Please tell me more. You're so wise.
I think I might lose mine too, Wolfie. Unfortunately. Anyway.
Yes.
Back to. So anyway, Wolves. In all seriousness, we've had a dip.
Yep.
So what we need to do now is get a little bit of movement back in the market and get that Christmas rally in the next 2 or 3 weeks and get up to 7,500, maybe a little bit higher, which would be great. Which will bring us nicely into the February forecast. Down she goes again, but that's all right. We're okay. We're okay for a few weeks.
Well, look, we don't like to panic, right? So we always looked at the charts, and like you've said to us, little dip. Here we go. Little Omicron came out to the rescue with a little dip for us.
And it's funny. It's funny is that the Omicron. Wolf, you were talking about. A few scientists came out with your theory. Maybe it's a bit early to say, but possibly we just all have to catch the Omicron, and that's it.
And that's thank you. That dusted. The virus is done.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a little bit too early to say, but possibly a bit of hope there, Wolf, But
you know what? The other thing, I think the other positive thing out of this Omicron, because we had a shoot first, ask questions later event, of course, on Friday and Monday, right? And then the markets went, oh, okay, maybe it's not as bad as we thought. So I think that's a good thing for the markets, because next time we got another little mutation somewhere, it's not going to be as severe. They're going to go, yeah, well, we've seen it before. Mutations, they happen all the time. And actually, when you read through, Dave, there's been probably about, I think I've read this morning, there's probably been about 10 mutations that probably 5 of them we haven't even heard about. They're just keeping under the wraps. so yeah, look, I think the market's probably now going to relax a little bit more with any other variations that might come through, unless everyone's just drops dead all of a sudden.
All right. Okay. So I think
what we'll see anyway. At the end of the week, will probably give us a more idea where we are at, huh?
Yeah. What was that about old Putin shooting down some satellites? Was that just? Was he?
Is he just look? He's just going to the firing range and having a bit of fun?
I think he was. I think he was just. He had a new toy. Thought, I'll see if I can shoot that one.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I don't think he realised it's going to cause a bit of more space debris and put a lot of things in issue. But
well, look, if you've got plenty of satellites out there to have clay target practice, isn't it? So fair enough.
Well, anyway, we got EOS now. EOS, that's their. You never know.
Yeah, let's not talk about EOS at the moment. Let's not talk about EOS. We're going to move on to something else that's actually looking good.
All right, we're going to talk about Wolf. We had AV1.
Yes.
So I have.
How do you say the name? Because I know you had a little bit of trouble. So please just let us know. How do you say the name of the company?
Ad Veritas.
Oh, very good. I have to give you points for that. You've done very well.
And do you know what it means in Latin?
Yeah, go on. Do you remember?
No, I'm asking you. Come on, I remember.
The CEO did say to us, right, Mr. Rat, he told us exactly what it means, but do you think I can remember? No.
I can't either. I was hoping you could, but it was like, I don't know. It was good. It was good though when he mentioned it.
Okay. Now we can't have everyone holding on. Let me Google it. Latin meaning of ad veritas. Hang on. We can do this. Latin meaning of ad veritas. Hopefully means a lot of money. Let's have a look. Adversitas. No, I don't want the versitas. I want the veritas. Veritas. Okay, I can't find it. So let's just leave it for the moment. And I'll get back to you on that. It's a good question. Because it did tell us, but I can't remember. And the thing is, Dave, we both of us did Latin at school for 3 years odd. So
That's true.
We're terrible.
Yeah. And got caned for getting it wrong.
Exactly.
Frequently.
Oh, God. Anyway, let's talk at Veritas, shall we?
Okay, Wolf.
Yes.
Young CEO, right? But I'll tell you what.
Maybe assassin he is.
Right. Our maybe one day our Elon Musk. I actually really like the guy. He was very charismatic. He's got his future in it. He's put all his money in it. It's a business model. We look at all those different business models, and you look at all these issues now with some of these companies that are getting affected by inflation, and you've got some companies obviously affected by basically all the imports and exports and all the delays. And then you come across this brand, sort of fairly new company, young company, great CEO, and they're basically all online with their software, which is just sort of such a simple, easy business model. And I think the impressive thing about it was how Traffic Guard is basically the only system that works on all the different platforms in one package. And I think his relationship that he was building with Google and everything, I think it's all very, very, very. If you're looking for an exciting punt, right? And obviously, how do you say, sort of revenue is small at the moment, but revenue could grow exponentially. This is ticking all the boxes, Wolfie. This little story.
Hey, look, we're getting in early. I mean, that's the thing here. We're getting in early, which could give us higher risk, but higher returns, of course. So we just got to take into account when we are buying for ourselves. But, the biggest thing for me here, there's two big things here, why I like it. For me, it's very difficult to convince me that I'm going to like something, especially when I listen to a CEO. Because I'm skeptical by nature. Even you, Dave, you tell me something and I go, yeah, bullshit. No, I'm not really, you tell the truth all the time. But no, the biggest thing for me here is not that he's, obviously seems like a pretty good CEO, going the right places and ticking the boxes. Is the fact the market is huge here, right? You've got a global market out there with ads, with Google and every other platform they possibly can use. So many ads are online these days. So, and the fraud issue is huge, right? In this particular space. So if they can address this, if they can be semi-successful, even semi-successful, this could be massive, right? So that's for me the excitement is that it's a massive potential here for the company to really come up with something, pretty big for us as an investor, where we can just see how it goes. So that's where I'm at. I like the fact that we're getting on a little cybersecurity early on, and fingers crossed it can get to that. The first step for me is obviously get it to the 10 million revenues. How long is it going to take? I'm not sure, but we're on the ride.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it was double once it hit that 10 million in revenues. It was on for all money. So
yeah, completely re-rated, wasn't it?
Yeah. And listen, whether you get in at 15 cents, 17 cents, I mean, does it really matter long term?
No, not if you look, especially like look at Dubba in the old days, right? If you got in at 25 cents or 30 cents.
Let's have a look at Dubba chart, because that just went sideways for a while, didn't it? And then when the market
earlier, Dave, go back a little bit, say right there when it was still going sideways for a little while, and then it had that first jump. So look, even if you got in at say 40, 50 cents, 50, 60 cents even, you still would have quadrupled your money, 5 times your money. So this is the thing. 1 cent here, especially early on in a company, should not be an issue.
Yeah, no, definitely. So anyway, really exciting story, and great to obviously add that as a sort of equity story.
Yeah, but I think for you, you should really probably be very, very happy because the chart looks very good. Surely.
Yeah, the chart looks good, and I think if we can all get in around here between this
We
sort
can
of
all get in. We're going to get this at 20 cents.
if we get all in around this 14, 17, even a bit higher, I think in the long term, I do actually. I look at this chart, and I think the next few months we could edge higher at least to 20, 25 cents, definitely.
Yeah, so look,
because I'll tell you what, I got the impression. I mean, obviously that revenue's just starting to click in, isn't it? And I think that might next quarterly, I'm guessing that might kick on as well. So I might just give it that enough energy to go.
Hopefully everyone saw the video, right? So when I asked them the question about, what's going to happen in the next couple of years, he talked about the revenue run rate. I said, can we get to 10 million? Yes. Can we get to 100 million? Yes. So yeah, I can see it. When I think about it, when I look through the model, when I see the huge market out there, the advertising market, absolutely. I mean, of course, there's probably going to be, Dave, like with any stock, there's probably going to be some fluctuation. But generally speaking, we're on a ride. So strap yourselves in and let's see how far we can take this.
Okay, Wolf. RZI. Really interesting deal with 7 Group.
Yep.
Which I liked, and it's a big tick for the company, isn't it? A really big tick of credibility for what RZI is doing, and saved the day, Wolf.
It has. I tell you what, that's why, we're close to selling, of course, but we didn't because we're sticking to that CTM, and CTM said not yet, give it another week, and saved by the bell, so to speak, by looks of things. So let's hope he can go on with it. But it's definitely a very positive tick of approval for me, from the point of view that SWM is not actually taking cash; they're actually taking shares in SRI, which it tells me 2 things. First of all, they are confident of share price growth; otherwise, they would not take shares, right? And second of all, potentially later down the track, they could have another nibble as a takeover target for RZI. So for me, it doubles up as a very positive thing, and it's not going to cost anything for RZI as in advertising, which is brilliant.
CKF, Wolf. I thought Collins Foods was very strong as well. I mean, great little business model, and certainly deserves to be in the 21.
Yep.
And holding trend absolutely beautifully. Now, Wolf, it should have gone on with it last week. It's held the trend lines. I think it's going to go on with it now. It looks very, very good. So if you're in that, hold it and happy days. I think the story is very, very strong, and I think that the Taco Bell franchise is looking very, very good around Europe.
Yeah, look, it's definitely worthy of the 21 for sure. Which reminds me, we got to replace Z1P with another top 21 because that's disappeared, unfortunately. But yeah, look, you've got to like the rollout model, and so far it hasn't disappointed to us. It had some bad week here or there, but generally speaking, it's inching itself upwards, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Wolf, EMV, it's obviously below. It's just got its head. I can't technically buy this, and fundamentally, you would have to be a complete, really very, very strong believer in the story to buy it with this price action. But what did you make of the announcement they put out today? Because this trended up absolutely beautifully for us in 2020. What do you
think? I think the market's now waiting for revenue or some sort of commercialization. That's why it's going sideways, Dave. And for me, while the announcement was very positive today, fundamentally, you can get excited up to a point because it doesn't have those financials in there yet. So story, great. Yep. Tick. When it comes to, the second, which is the most important part of the fundamentals for me, which is the financials, it's just not quite there yet. So just a trending stock right now. And I think it's probably hit its limit, as we can see, right, Dave? So potentially a trading stock, but not at the moment.
Wolf, I just want to mention SYM because people might have noticed my net phone is MNF. That's not a code anymore. They've changed the name of the company to the new code is SYM. And what's the new company name called, Wolf?
Oh, Symbio Holdings, I think it is.
So that is just Symbio Holdings. Okay.
Yep. So it's a move away from the old legacy businesses, which they obviously got rid of, and moving in a new direction. That's where we joined, right? Because we're looking at the new direction, slim down business, looking at 3 really most important things for them, the core stuff. That's why we like it, and that's why we're on a ride now. So we want to now take it to $10 right from here. So the first part of the journey is done. The second part of the journey is now upon us, and that's where we're joining.
We've got this on as a trend at the moment. It's starting to tick some boxes, Wolf. It's starting to look reasonably good.
Yep.
On that note, Wolf, I think we've covered the main stories. Now, were there any other ones that you wanted to cover?
Just a couple more things. SES, first of all, they had the, I think, AGM this morning. Nothing in there new. There's nothing financial updates or guidance or anything like that. We've already seen that previously. So steady as she goes. I think it's probably going to trend sideways for the moment until the next update with some sort of financial. So that's okay. Hold fundamentally. And the other one was Macquarie, which was interesting because they have just announced today that they're going to take all your money that you've applied for. Normally that doesn't happen very often, Dave, but they thought, why not? Why not? We're greedy. We like to take all your money and then we're going to use it to make more money out of you. Excellent. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. And
191. Oh, actually, there was something else, Dave. What did I want to say? I can't remember. All right, let's move on.
I'll tell you what I would say. JLG is looking very strong.
Oh, yes.
And you're talking about that story, Wolf, with the El Nino event and weather patterns. You know, why it might be negative to things like Elders and Costa Group. Yeah. But, of course, who benefits from disaster? JLG.
Yeah, well, they have to, you know, they are the restoration and repair and rebuild. So JLG, John Lings is for me. Thank you very much. You know, it's almost like a hedge against all these weather events. I think this is the play to do it in.
All right. On that note, Wolf, no actual trends today, but I'll tell you what, that AV1 is a little trend for next 2 or 3 years and could be a good story.
Fingers crossed. Yes,
Fingers
I like
crossed.
it.
All right. On that note, thanks very much, Wolfie, and have a lovely, lovely day.
Okay. Cheers, guys.